The best investment in our future is education.
This is your invitation to become a middle school teacher for a day. Before you start, there are some things you should know.
Doctors treat one patient at a time and treat up to 28 patients in one day. Teachers instruct 38 students at a time and instruct 190 students in one day.
Doctors prescribe medicine. Teachers design lessons to accommodate the following medical problems.
Each day, teachers must accommodate students with medical problems, neurological disorders, and emotional disorders. These include poor hearing and vision, ADHD, and anxiety disorders, just to name a few.
Psychiatrists consult 1, 2, and sometimes one family at a time. Teachers consult 38 students at one time.
Common stress factors include parents' divorce, death in the family, and many other life events.
Teachers must design lessons to accommodate gifted students.
Adaptations include designing enriched problem-solving activities and designing critical and creative thinking questions.
This is just for one day. There are many other gifted strategies to develop for the school year.
Teachers must design lessons to accommodate special education students.
A few adaptations include extended time for assignments, repeat and explain directions, immediate frequent feedback, and color code and highlight test and assignments.
Teachers must design lessons to accommodate English language learners.
Graphic organizers, speech adaptations, assessment adaptations, learning resources, group processing formats, focus material, and study aids are required accommodations.
Teachers must design lessons that are in alignment with the state standards.
Each subject has approximately 30 pages of standards to meet, requiring students to achieve the knowledge, concepts, and skills at each grade level.
Teachers design lessons with little or no funding.
With limited resources, students receive images of the old world and their thinking is limited.
For your first day of instruction, lesson planning is only one part of successful teaching. Good luck!
What have you learned at your first day of teaching? You have 6 classes to teach, and lesson planning takes time.
Not only did you design a 50-minute lesson and keep all 38 students active, you had to create 3 different lessons for 3 different classes you teach.
Limited funding restricts teaching methods.
With proper resources, students develop new insights and discover major breakthroughs in learning.
Lesson planning has to be in line with student accommodations and all standards.
There are many students with many learning needs, and they are all different.
If you continue to teach, you have only 567 more lessons to prepare.
Now you know how teachers spend their evenings, weekends, and summers.
What have you learned about getting paid? After spending more than $60,000 on a 4-year degree, your starting salary is only $34,000.
Since salaries have been frozen in 11 of the past 20 years, you will only make $9,000 more within the next 20 years.
Salaries will increase with more education, such as a master's degree, which requires 42 credit hours and costs up to $428 per credit hour.
You realize your salary and student spending ranks at the bottom of all 50 states.
With today's economy, your salary is 2.6% less from last year.
What you have learned about the safety of children. Every 6 years, a teacher must get a new fingerprint card and pay $74, even though fingerprints don't change.
Funding does make a difference. The more students have access to technology, the more they are interested in learning.
The more varieties of physical components, the more students enjoy learning.
The more students enjoy learning, the longer they will stay in school.
The more teachers are recognized for their efforts, the more proficient teachers will be in creating inconceivable skills.
Funding does make a difference.
Funding does make a difference in learning.
Less funding creates disadvantaged schools.
With adequate funding, you have smaller class sizes, state-of-the-art technology and teaching practices, high teacher performance and morale, high interest in student learning, and successful tutoring programs to reach every child.
Imagine, what if every motivated teacher with great ideas and practices received the proper funding? Now imagine if this were taken away.
Imagine, what if every child had the best learning experience possible? Imagine if this were taken away.
Teaching an easy way to learn a hard task with the right materials will last a lifetime.
Funding does make a difference in learning.
The future of our country relies on the education of our children.
And finally, how do you wish to change the world?